Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Calhoun's. You see their Twitter feed right there. They're always giving things away on Twitter. It's going to be warm this week, but not that record high heat that we've had the last few days. So that means it's the perfect time to head out to Calhoun's on the river downtown, Calhoun's at Fort Loudon Marina down in Lenoir City, Calhoun's on Melton Hill Lake in Oak Ridge. They've got patios, dining on the water at all these different Calhoun's locations, more than just those three that I mentioned. Calhoun's is the place to go. It's the summer place to go, certainly. Calhoun's, the taste of Tennessee. They are spectacular. Take advantage of the good weather. It won't be long until it's cold and you won't be wanting to head out. So head out while you can. Calhoun's. All right. Want to welcome in VFL Will Overstreet back with us. You'll be back with us this fall as we roll into amazingly season 16 here on the Sports Source covering the Vols. Thanks for joining us today.
Definitely.
Haven't seen you since right after the introductory press conference. You were one of the guys that stood out to you.
That's right.
Your thoughts, again, we're judging people at this point. You're going into the media days, but we're judging people off a signing class, off the way they're in spring practice, and just the stuff you're hearing from behind the scenes. The VFL has other VFL connections.
Right.
What's your take so far on Jeremy Pruitt?
My take so far of Jerry Pruitt, he's doing everything he can to what he needs to be doing at this point. Obviously, you can't judge anybody based on a spring and one recruiting class and anything like that, but he's taking necessary steps. I mean, the things behind the scenes are the guy can judge talent. The guy can look at a practice tape, look at guys on the field and go, that guy should be the -- 1 player and get more playing time than this guy. Always been my criticism of the past coaching staff is that they struggled at being able to do that. Just other things. I think bringing back toughness into the team a little bit more, putting this group together in a sense kind of more in the line that I would have fallen into is when I played here at Tennessee. I think some of that has to do with Coach Fulmer's back there as kind of a mentor, a person to be with him on that, to bring some of that. How does this work at Tennessee? What's supposed to be happening? So I think early indications are all good. Mm-hmm. It still doesn't mean do you know the final answer on this test yet, because you have a guy moving from coordinator to head coach, and that's a difference. No matter what anybody says, not every great coordinator can make the transition to a great head coach. So we're going to see. It's still got to show up on the field.
Earlier this spring on the show, we broke down the last 16 hires in the SEC who were first-time head coaches. And since 2000, there have been 16 of them. 2 of them, Mark Richt and Dan Mullen, were really good. Right. James Franklin was good, but he left after 3 years, and Vandy fans weren't happy on the way out. And the other one's Kirby Smart, who it's really too early to judge. He's had a great 2-year start. That's it out of the first-time head coaches. So hiring someone who hasn't done it before, very much a question mark. In terms of buy-in, I think that the Vol fan base, they bought into Derek Dooley, they bought into Butch Jones. I think there's a little bit more trepidation this time around. I think they're a little bit jaded, naturally, that, okay, I'm not going to go completely in. I've heard people tell me that. I'm not going to get completely in with this guy yet. What about VFLs? Is there a certain sense of I'm not going to get too close to this at this point? Or does the Fulmer factor, especially for you guys that played for Fulmer, does that help get you off the jaded side and more into this guy's court?
I think we're always in everybody's court early on in the beginning, I think, but we're more cautious in how fast and how aggressive we promote and push somebody than I think compared to the fan base normally. We know it takes place not what happens in how many 5 stars they sign up. Yep. We know it doesn't take place in August when they announce a press conference. We know it shows up how many games you win. So always as a players, I mean, I even remember in one of Butch Jones's early actually introductions to the team, everybody was asking him questions, and then he said, really like the support you guys have had around me. And one of the guys actually yelled out and said, you'll like it until you start losing. So, yeah. I mean, the players are
Want to out that guy?
Yeah, just one of the players said that directly out. I mean, that the players are very much of, you need to win, and we're going to give you every chance to do that. But if you don't do that, we're also not going to be sad about you moving on.
Yeah. Injuries, very average quarterback play, a bad offensive line, a defense that couldn't stop the run, lack of overall team strength and team size. I could go on. We know the situation last year. How big of a jump can this team make considering how far? I mean, again, they went 9-4 the year before.
Yeah.
Then it fell off to 4-8. You lost some close games. But all those things we're talking about, how quickly can you turn this thing around?
It is a challenge. I mean, can you make a lot of progress? Yes, but can it show up in a lot of games, a lot of wins and things? I think you can start seeing positive signs this year, but I don't, speed, size, your weight training program, your talent base, especially at certain positions like offensive line and defensive line, those don't change within a year. Right. I don't care what you do. It's going to take 2 years. I think you can make some improvements. I think you can make some improvements in the areas of different things, like of how your team is practicing, but maybe missed assignments that we saw, was especially in the defense there for that first and second year. But I don't think you're going to see a tremendous jump where you say this one got a lot better, unless just somebody that they recruited comes in and is an all-star guy. But you're going to have to wait to year 2 before you see what's really going to be improved.
Or if this year you catch all the breaks and you don't have the injuries like you have not had those breaks the last 2 seasons, but if you're the healthiest team in the league, that can play a role in that as well, and that's just
but it's not really a coach thing at this early stage that is going to flip the switch and everything just goes right. You're going to have to get some other things going right for you.
All right, Will's going to hang out with us. The rest of the group's coming back. We're going to talk about the best and worst hires in the SEC. Where's Jeremy Pruitt rank among the new coaches? It's fun. We do this going into media days, and then we'll come back in December and look at how wrong we were. Come on back on the Sports Source. A lot more to come.